What'd you say? Even then, that was still fucking messy.
That was kind of messy. It was very splashy.
Yeah.
Whew. Not Venezuela splashy, but still splashy.
And I'm still looking at information about that, and because apparently the New York Times released an article talking about what the U.S. did to cut the power in Venezuela,
which we shouldn't be hearing about.
I mean, yes and no. Like, yes, we should hear about it. Like, all right, what was the U.S. up to? But no, we should not be hearing about it because the U.S. shouldn't have been there.
Right, and the U.S. government should not be telling us what their operations until like 20 years later, when an 80-year-old man is telling us, "Hey, this happened, bro."
Or at least like in 20 years when the CIA declassifies.
Right,
25 years.
They were like, "What do you mean this happened yesterday? Why are we hearing about it?"
But the thing is, it wasn't New York Times, it was Ars Technica. I didn't include the article, but the Ars Technica was like, yeah, I mean, sure, but no, and it would not have been that difficult for you to topple the power because I don't know, they did have crumbling infrastructure. Like, you probably could have blown on a power line and could have knocked out the power.
Yeah.
I was, again, when I am reading things about like Palestine or Venezuela now or Iran, I'm like waiting to see if somebody's going to make, like, it's like with Palestine's like, is it a war or is it a genocide? How are you going to classify this? And with Venezuela, it's like, oh, is it crumbling infrastructure because of corrupt government or because of U.S. sanctions?
Yeah.
Which, of course, Ars Technica did not get into that topic at all. They were, look, things are bad in Venezuela. Who's to say why? I mean, I know the answer.
I know the answer, but I'll never tell.
Oh, I will tell all the time.
Like, loudly as I can.
Oh, wait, you didn't hear me? Oh, it's the sanctions and the blockade put in place by Obama. Yeah,
it's the whole.
Yeah, Tansu guy. I know.
It's the whole. Like, what did you say? I said. Thinking you ain't gonna say it again, and I say it again.
Watch me.
Now what? I'm gonna say it again, and loudly and slower.
Oh my god, dog! I forgot where I saw this video, and I should have sent it to you. I have a feeling I probably didn't send it to you. No, I forgot where the fuck this video was. But yo, the way some hood niggas stood up to ICE. It's like, look, I'll close the door for you. So you want to say? Oh, you want to say? Look, Nick, I'm gonna spit on you. Look, I'll turn my phone like this. So I ain't gonna spit on you. What you got? What you got? I see you got your hand in your gun. What you gonna do, nigga? What you gonna do, nigga? You gonna shoot me, nigga?
It's a good day for me. It's a good day for you.
Oh my god, it was the like.
Because then you're like, oh, my life is on the line, and then if I go, there ain't no benefits because I'm not a real cop. Ooh.
Yeah. That's not stopped them.
It ain't stop them, but it definitely cools them down a little bit. They're like, hold on, because I'm not a real cop, so I'm not gonna get real cop benefit.
Nah, it looks a look. He looked that nigga in the face and said, look, if I'm gonna shoot, I better not miss.
Good chance he'll miss.
I mean, like 6 inches away and he'd miss because that motherfucker was nervous.
Not the YN. I'm talking about the agent.
Oh no, yeah, I know. This is he gonna miss.
Yeah.
Also seeing the fact that ICE was getting jumped.
That's why I ain't trying that shit in Atlanta.
Did you see that video of them slipping on the ice?
Oh yeah,
ice took down ICE.
Ice on the floor.
and he tried to get somebody else, and he couldn't get him either. And all of a sudden, like they just jumped his ass. So I was like, let's go.
I just love the one. I love the one where it was like they were chasing. I think they were chasing the man on a bike, and they had Benny Hill music, and they was all winded and out of breath. This fuck boy.
There was another dude who was running. That dude was just running. And he sit there, like, dude, so they got up on that grass real quick and said the fucking just tripped and looked at his other son. Bro, what the fuck you staring at me for? Go get him.
Yep. I was like, I think that old lady, what was that old lady in Charlotte hit one of the men with the, it was like the old Ukraine, with like the same energy of the old Ukrainian lady who said, put seeds in your pockets so that when you go, your graves will mark flowers. And I was like, you know what? Oh, I was like, that was the energy that lady had in Charlotte. Was the same lady that Ukrainian lady said,
look, she grew up in the Soviet Union. She grew up in the Soviet Union. She about that life.
She was like literally like, brother, I went against the Bolsheviks, and you guys are not the Bolsheviks.
He said, I will run the. I prompt like just kind of like, I will run that fade, and I want you to know my account is in good standing.
That's like I say, my Mima was out here. My Mima was out here ducking the Cossacks. You were not, and I was out here, bopping the Bolsheviks. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
But just so we're clear, you know, I don't know about them, but I do fucks with the Bolsheviks. I fuck with the Bolsheviks.
Right, but they were like, no,
That was Lenin's party. So I mean,
yeah.
They're like, no, that was one of those, like, it's one of those. There are people one side or the other. There are people who are about that life, and you like game recognizes game, and you are looking very unfamiliar. You're not even giving 2D. You're giving 1D in a 5D world. Don't do it.
Ooh.
It's Razor Ramon in the old NWO days going. like brother, you don't even scare. You don't scare me. Brother,
yo, what's going on, Black Seto? How you doing? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mark Summers, Major Linux, twitch.tv/Major Linux, and it's time once again for another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays. It is Thursday, January 15, 2026. And we're back for another episode. It's with this. It can't stop, won't stop.
Rockefeller Records.
Verizon may be down, but we up, baby. We all the way up.
You all the way up.
Let's see. On this week's show, of course, again, Verizon was down yesterday. Allegedly, other carriers were too, but mainly Verizon. And I am not fully convinced this was an accident. Not convinced it was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Spotify is no longer serving ice ads, but that should not change shit. And Stellar Blade, good news, bad news. All that and much, much more on this week's episode. Wait, y'all this lit before the intro? I'm going to need my drinking glass for this one. Oh, we just talking about ice. Man, fuck ice. Chinga la migra! And let's see, going into it. This week, Verizon outage takes down cell service across large parts of the United States.
Yes, sir.
Now, when I first shared this article, Verizon was still working for me.
Yeah.
However, a couple of hours later, it was not working. Let's see, Fresh reported just prior to 1 p.m. Eastern, Verizon customers have been reporting a complete lack of service on iPhones and Android devices, with the former showing an SOS icon while Android phones show cross out or blank network icons. With Verizon's network down, this leaves customers unable to use mobile data, but text should still work on Wi-Fi networks through Google Message RCS, as well as Apple iMessage. Calls, however, do not work in our testing on a Galaxy Z Fold 7 connected to Verizon's network and Wi-Fi. The outage also affected Verizon's home internet service. So yes, if you were out and about in them streets yesterday, like my wife was, you were just out. Just ass out. And this is why I recommend, hey, get an offline only, especially if you're driving, get an offline only mapping app, like CoMaps. I have CoMaps on my iPhone that pulls all that data down.
Yep.
Or at least, if you're going to use Apple Maps or Google Maps, download at least a map of your neighborhood, or at least your city. I think even with some of them, you can get like a good chunk of your state.
Yep.
So that way you can have some way to navigate and still have some mapping data in the event that shit goes off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it seemed like it was spotty initially, but yeah, when I tried, when I looked, I still had service. But yeah, then when I tried calling my wife later on that day, it was nothing, and it was not back on at 1 a.m. Eastern. When I went to bed, I tried just calling my wife again before I went to bed, and still nothing. Mind you, she was at home, but still wanted to make sure, just still wanted to see if it was working. So yeah, it seemed like it came back overnight last night. Of course, if you were affected by the outage, Verizon has announced today that customers can get $20 off of the bill due to the outage. The carrier said affected customers can accept the credit by logging into the My Verizon app, but it might take some time before this option shows up in the app. Affected customers will receive a text message when the credit is available. So I have not received the text message, so maybe it's not available for me yet. On average, Verizon says the $20 credit covers multiple days of service. Quote, this credit isn't meant to make up for what happened, but it's a way of acknowledging your time and showing that this matters to us. End quote. Verizon once again apologized for the outage, saying, quote, we are sorry for what you experienced and will continue to work hard day and night to provide the outstanding network and service that you expect from Verizon, end quote. Whew. Yeah, I imagine for a lot of people, this was a big issue. I know there are a lot of companies that use Verizon services. Like I said, home internet was out for people. So there are people who, I'm not sure if this includes Fios. I don't think this includes Fios. Well, it says home internet, so Fios might have been affected. But yeah, you talking about home internet, you're talking about mobile internet. Again, it's something where I'm glad I was working from home yesterday. To where the most that I was affected by this was the fact that I could not make a call, which I don't know who the fuck I'm going to call, or the fact that I could not receive calls, in which, granted, I had my work phone on me. If anybody needed to contact me, they could have called my work phone. My wife, unfortunately, did not have my work number, so she could not reach out to me from her work phone, which also was not on Verizon. Merge, that's what I believe. Where it says it was just a dry run to confirm that they can disconnect the network on command. Honestly, I really believe there is some truth to that. Yeah. Unless there is somebody can go in and independently verify that there was a network outage, given the fuck shit that's been happening in this year alone, in the first 14 days of 2026, I'm not putting it past these corporations and the federal government to sit there and say oh no, this was an accident. No, I really believe that like like this was a test that like this is something more coordinated. It's just Verizon got the brunt of it. Because like again, there's been reports that even AT&T and T-Mobile went down, but the one that apparently had the widest spread issue was Verizon. It came back at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's some bullshit. My phone was still down. But moving from one service to another, Apple debuts Apple Creator Studio subscription. This is new subscription they announced Tuesday. Comes with Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro, and Pixelmator Pro, which is now available on the iPad. You also get Motion, Compressor, and Main Stage on the Mac. Intelligent features and premium content are coming to Keynote, Pages, and Numbers. And intelligent features and premium content for Freeform on iPhone, iPad, and Mac later. For Mac users, Apple Notes one-time purchase options for these apps are still available. You can still get Final Cut Pro for $300, Logic Pro for $200, Pixelmator Pro for $50, Motion for $50, Compressor for $50, and Main Stage for $30. I would say they still are not saying if the updates that people will get through Creator Studio will show up in these one-time paid versions of these apps. Of course, if you are a Mac user, you know that Keynote, Pages, and Numbers are free iWork apps. They will not come with the Apple Intelligence features. And apparently Pixelmator Pro is like, again, it's new for the iPad. This Pixelmator Pro is not available for the iPad, and you cannot get Pixelmator Pro for the iPad without this subscription. Of course, I skipped the main part here where you can subscribe to this for $12.99 a month or $129 per year. And it will be launching on Wednesday, January 28th. I think I'm the only one here who uses Macs regularly, right?
Yeah, because I don't use that.
Sin, you don't have a Mac, do you? Oh, you do? Would this entice you to subscribe you can finally get Final Cut Pro for not $300?
Let's take a look, shall we? Creator Studio, $12.99 a month, $129 a year. For all of these things, but two of them are basically AI features.
Yeah, I would say like this is Apple's version of the Adobe Creative Suite or Creative Cloud.
And that's okay, so let's just answer the direct question, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. Now, right? The answer is no. Now that no comes with, look at Adobe Creative Cloud. I don't think there's a single person that I know of in the design space who has used Adobe Creative Cloud and went, this is the best thing ever, as much as I guess that's the model I have to work with now. Because what I refuse to do is have every single thing I want to make have to be on the internet in order to be usable. No. And then subscriptions. You just want, like, unless I'm out here making like hundreds of thousands of assets a day or whatever, aka the place that I work for is paying for that shit. No.
Okay.
Not with the amount of like free and equally powerful in most cases alternatives that exist that are also usable on a Mac device.
Okay. Yeah, for me, like, so for one, full disclosure, because I feel like I've talked about this and I post about it all the time, especially at least once a year when the contract is up. This is an Adobe shop.
Okay.
But this is the tool I have to work with because I have tried others and I cannot wrap my head around it. No, but also I have not given it enough attention. Like there is the DaVinci Resolve stuff and it's hit or miss for me. And like I've yet to find something that would satisfy the Photoshop itch, because that's what I use to make thumbnails for the show, or actually for all the YouTube videos that I produce. So part of me has kind of thought about this suite of stuff because one, it is cheaper than Creative Cloud.
I mean, I think if it's the kind of thing that you know that you're going to get a whole bunch of use of, I would just be like, my advice there would be make sure you read the fine print.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, especially now and I would rather take advantage of this now that I have like at least some level of disposable income. I would almost just rather buy Final Cut Pro full out, and then if God forbid I lose my job again, I don't have to worry about, oh my God, how do I keep this afloat? Granted, again, this would be easier to do than Creative Cloud. I would be interested, like, I don't know what Pixelmator is enough to say, like, is this the Photoshop equivalent? Will it open my PSD files? Mainly because I'm not going to spend, was it $50 to find out?
What I will say about this is I don't like the idea of having to pay for subscription bundles. Just like, let me buy the software and then leave me alone.
Yeah.
But I will say, just noting that the fact that this article does mention it, they do have hey, if you just want to buy the app outright and not have to be bothered with it, you can just do that. Here's the amount of money.
And like, that's what sets it. I feel like that's what sets this apart. Like, hey, there is like, you can just buy these apps, steal.
Like, yeah,
like
you
you've
just,
been
like,
doing.
You're just like, I just want to do it. Then you can. Pixelmator Pro looks like it's mostly for what? Is this for vector art?
So Merge says that it can open some PSD files. It's not as full. He says it's not as full featured as Photoshop, but it's good editing app. Like, I just want to know, like, hey, can I manipulate layers the way I do in Photoshop? Like, change. So, like, again, if you look at the thumbnails for any of these shows, allows me to change the picture on the side and the date below Take Talk Thursdays. That's all I really want to do.
Like, can you do that? Yes, but it's the other stuff that is kind of like, hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with this, or what do you want to use this for? It looks like it looks more like more like something that's a little bit more focused on photo editing than anything.
Okay, why did Pixelmator why did it default to Korean?
Yo, VPN.
No, no, I haven't paid for my VPN this month. It does look like a photo, like it looks more like Lightroom, but okay, no, it does have layer support. So at least another thing that I've owned it before it was acquired by Apple. Yeah, because it was acquired by Apple, I think it said in 2024. Yep, November 2024. So yeah, with the Creator Studio, it doesn't say it here, but I believe they're giving away a month free. Let's see here. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, it is that. It is very specifically that.
What?
Vector graphics and photo edit. And I think like here's the thing, and I think this is where it can be, and it does like very specifically vectorized images, which I think like you know what that's about, right? It's just about the whole thing about images being vectorized is it allows you to scale the image to any size without quality dropping, because it uses math to place where things should be, as opposed to just trying to stretch out the pixels. It just recalculates the whole picture and goes, at this many dimensions, this should take up this much space. I think like from what it looks like, Pixelmator wasn't like originally part of like the Apple stuff. This is a company.
No, they were acquired in November 2024.
Yeah, so it looks like this is one of those things where it's just like, what is the difference between this and Photoshop? Or because Adobe has a program that puts out things similar to it's Illustrator that you would be using for this.
Yeah.
Typically in the in this like Apple suite of things, like this would be the counterpart to something like Adobe Illustrator.
It seems like it's a combination of Illustrator, Photoshop, and Lightroom
for how that works. Because Illustrator also does things with layers, but the people who use Illustrator do a little bit different or a little bit more specific things or niche uses of stuff in around vectorized images than people who use Photoshop would, which are for everybody's fun at home, rasterized images, where it's kind of like the pixels are the pixels at this exact size. If you try to scale it up or down, it's going to do weird things where it stretches it out with whatever's there rather than trying to recalculate its size. Did I have to spend a lot of time learning what those things mean for different projects? Yes, I did.
They could have used higher res images to put on a website. What are we doing?
But I would say for the stuff that you're doing, especially because you're making thumbnail images, I'll put it like this, Major. If you want to make images in a way that you can make one image that you can use for multiple things and scale them to the sizes that those things require, something like Pixelmator would be really good for that.
So that's one route I was taking. Again, yes, this would be really good to replace the Adobe Creative Suite. And again, it's a thing where, like I do want to mention this, like the pricing and availability. We've gone over the pricing. All new subscribers will enjoy 1 month free trial of Apple Creative Studio. And with the purchase of a new Mac or qualifying iPad, customers can receive 3 months of Apple Creative Studio for free. Education, $2.99 a month or $29.99 a year. And you can share it with up to 6 family members. So there's that too. Okay, so now with it giving me a free month, I'm willing to try it. And even with it being $12.99 a month, it's enough. It was okay. You know what? I can just, because like Apple subscriptions are easy to get out of, unlike Adobe. The only issue I have is the fact that Final Cut does not run on my PC. Now, whether or not Final Cut on an M1 Mac Studio or an M4 MacBook Air will perform better than Adobe does on those platforms compared to a Ryzen 9 and an RTX 3080 Ti. Remains to be seen, but again, that's why I want to test it. I would like to see what the video export speed is, because maybe Final Cut works better than Adobe would because Apple engineered it to work better.
That is often and usually the case.
Because like FFmpeg is incredibly fast on an M series chip. Like it would take maybe 5 minutes maybe to encode this this episode on this PC. It takes like a minute. It just, my MacBook Air spits it out through FFmpeg so much faster than this beefy PC. So like it makes me really want to try Final Cut again on this hardware and just like have them like edit the videos to be about the same and export them and see which one will make it out faster. Because if Final Cut on this MacBook Air will be faster than this PC with Adobe, then yeah, I'll switch in a heartbeat. And then like a Pixelmator does my thumbnails like I want, I will switch in a heartbeat. I will gladly like move the file from this PC to this MacBook every fucking time.
So one of the things I think, like I want to speak to that specific thing. It's been like a low-key contention between PC and Apple products for a long time for exactly that reason. You had for a long time, PC was considered the more generalist system, like your like productivity apps, business applications, all of that other stuff. But Apple had for a while, the whole branding was these are for the elite, especially if you are an artist of some kind. So there is this ongoing thing where if you want to do artistic and creative things, some stuff seems to run like a dream, very specific if you hit certain specific formats or use specific programs on Apple devices rather than PC devices. But then for a handful of stuff for the exact opposite reason, they run faster on PCs than they do on Apple products. Constantly a thing. And the fact that there are so vestiges of that in things like this video format you're talking about is frustrating.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense. Like again, FFmpeg so fast. Adobe, like using Premiere, it is fucking atrocious. And I'm like, but how? This makes no sense. I don't know what Adobe is doing to make this go so slow. Again, I don't understand video encoders enough to like really investigate it. But it's like, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I will wait for this to come out. I will definitely try to put it through its paces. Because actually, like, yeah, like now talking this out, if Final Cut will export this video, like, even if it's like a minute slower than what Adobe does on my PC, I would consider that a win on my MacBook Air and will cancel the Adobe subscription. Yeah, like it's like that because yeah, I know subscriptions are fucking exhausting to have, but I will gladly replace $40 with fucking 15. Like that's a no-brainer for me. Especially with me. Again, see, I done got a new toy. If you ain't following me on TikTok and Instagram, look, your boy's been putting out at least a TikTok video a day. Because these microphones, I love the microphones, and I've been sitting there playing around with new apps to try to get the lighting somewhat adjusted properly. Shout out to Filmic Pro, even though that's also a subscription to get access to that app. But it's helped out with the lighting and the colors for recording video here. So I've been playing with that stuff. I would like to create more content. I actually would like to, like when I go out to actions and stuff like that, be able to shoot content, make videos, and then like if it's me like opening up like I would like to get rid of CapCut. I won't, and I can't because I use CapCut to generate Chinese captions. So they will forever get my $20 because it's the only thing that will generate my captions for RedNote. Of course, I could just not use RedNote, but I still want to stick it to TikTok.
No, you can always make them in TikTok and post them on RedNote.
Again, it's the. Well, I mean that's what I'm doing, but I want the Chinese subtitles. And CapCut is what makes them.
Okay.
Because it allows me to, and like, I want to say I can use CapCut to make just the English ones, but I am paying to get the double translation.
Okay.
Where it'll do it in English and in Chinese.
I see a person that does the news. Shout out to Black Belt Bay. Congratulations on your child. She does hers in like English and Spanish. So.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. She's really good. I like her.
I like her too.
So yeah, being able to kind of put that in multiple languages, like again, like I will pay the $20 a month just to make sure, like, if there's anybody in China watching my content, I want them to be able to at least know somewhat what I'm talking about. Granted, I am talking about socialism, and I feel like they know. They're like, child, we know.
We know.
We know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I'll use like CapCut for like editing of videos. And again, like if I want to sit there and try to do something for YouTube, like I think it would be nice. Like granted, I feel like Adobe could probably handle whatever I'm shooting on my iPhone, but it'd be nice. Like, hey, here's just the raw video from my iPhone. Do something with it. I don't have to try to re-encode things, do a whole bunch of stuff. It'll just take whatever file from my iPhone and just make it. And then probably too, like I could just throw it on my iPad. Like I'd actually would like to see what the video export performance is on an iPad compared to my PC using Final Cut. But yeah, that won't happen until January 28th. So we got 13 more days until that happens. I am not, like, I wasn't excited before, but I think I am kind of excited now. Maybe I will create a video with that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Look, this DJI Mic Mini thing has been really cool. I've been playing around with angles, and I still have my tripod set up over there. But I've given up using it because it is too far away for as dark of a room this is, without adequate lighting. But then again, I probably could move some things to make to get the tripod closer. But then the thing I move, I have no idea where I'm going to put it. Moving on to other subscription services, Spotify. Like I said at the beginning, Spotify is no longer running ads for ICE. The streaming service said ICE's advertising campaign ended last year. But of course, this news came out 2 days after the murder of Renee Good, which of course captured everybody's attention. Let's see, there are no recruitment ads for immigration and customs enforcement ICE running on Spotify at the moment, the streaming service has told Variety. A spokesperson has confirmed the news after an ICE agent fatally shot Renee Good in Minneapolis, but they also clarified that the ads stopped running in late 2025. Quote, the advertisements mentioned were part of a U.S. government recruitment campaign that ran across all major media and platforms, end quote.
So, So fuck Spotify though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, shit don't change. I mean, of course, I have a personal vendetta, which happened maybe about the same day people noticed those ads were playing on Spotify. Oh yeah, you don't fuck with Spotify because I don't fuck with Spotify because they remove fucking episodes of my damn show.
Because like, here's the thing, right? And it's something that we're gonna have to figure out going back and forth with, right? People who make an honest to goodness just lapse of judgment in making a decision, and you're just like, hey, listen, I need you to understand that if you continue to maintain that decision or sustain that decision, I am going to have to walk my money to another company. I'm going to give you time to fix it, though, before you fuck it up. There are those people. There are those businesses and entities and things like that. And I am here for that cycle of things of you just being like, let me remind you, if my dollars matter to you to stay here, then please fix this. And then being the people who go, okay, you have done the thing I have asked. You can continue having my money. I do have my eye on you. Don't act up, right? That is one kind of thing. That is reserved at this point for a very narrow circle of people, because y'all were banking on the fact that y'all were going to make money anyway or do the things anyway, knowing that what you did was fucked up. This isn't advertisement for like a red pill podcast we don't like or something like that. It is like you saw the news of people being snatched up, detained at airports, snatched away from their families, had a whole building broken into, children ran out into the middle of the street in like their middle school age at 3 or 4 in the morning, and you at no point looked at all of that and went, perhaps we shouldn't run advertisements to work for them. Burn. I need your dollar valuations to be zero. Zero of the dollars forever. If it could be less, I would wish it less.
But unfortunately, they're on the side of ICE, so
ICE is getting those bonuses, not Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know what? I would love to know what the demographic is of ICE agents that have Spotify accounts, because y'all are going to be out here a whole nother target where y'all went and caved into the pressure to be like queer phobic and all this other stuff, all to have those people who were raging at your store and not come to your store and buy none of your shit. So now you over here just bankrupt and looking foolish. Look at you.
I'm pretty sure most of them, if not all of them, are using fucking Spotify. Like, as much as people were still sharing Spotify playlists or saying, listen to my podcast on Spotify during all of this. Yeah.
Oh, so you're okay. So basically you're drawing a line between Spotify and Substack. Hi, this is my friendly reminder. Please stop putting your shit on Substack.
Thank you.
I am fucking begging you, please. I want to read the cool things that you have to say. I want to listen to your ideas. Some of y'all are really good people. I need you to not be in the Nazi bar with your blog. Please, I'm begging you. It's such a small thing.
I'm just saying, Look, majorrevolutionary.com. Oh, by the way, new post up. Mm-hmm. But majorrevolutionary.com running on Ghost.
Yep.
And it's self-hosted. And they give you options to migrate from Substack to Ghost. They even do WordPress, which I tried with DC Analyst. Did not work as well as I thought it would. That's why we're still on WordPress. But I did want to try another avenue for writing things, and Ghost was sitting right there. And I was like, yes, please. Let's see here. And more ICE news.
Oh, God.
DHS oh geez, I forgot to say who I'm reading these articles from. Let's see. So far, it's been 9 to 5 Google, Mac Rumors, 9 to 5 Mac, and Engadget. Now we're in Ars Technica. Sorry, again, trying to get better about that. Trying to be better about that. This from Ars Technica. DHS wants unlimited subpoena authority to unmask ICE critics. How dare you? How dare you keep us accountable for all the fucked up state-sponsored terrorist shit we're doing in your neighborhood? How dare you?
They said mask off. Fuck it, mask off.
Really, really interesting. Interesting. Because aren't these the same people who usually hold on for a moment? So are we saying this also to the people that we're filming? Because I mean, you know something, I'm just saying fair is fair. If you're gonna say that, just have like nobody needs to be out here then with one of those on. And also with an identifying visa, with an identifying badge number. And not a fucking QR code while we're here.
Bro. Richie Torres. Richie fucking Torres. Like the wackest, non-serious fucking clown in Congress.
A QR code. Jesus, comma Christ. What are we doing?
That's some wild shit.
Like, you could tell that motherfucker a fucking, like, just, the words I want to say.
My thoughts are a felony. I just need that as a caption.
It's not so much of a felony as much as it's just problematic. Yours are.
I'm not talking about yours. Mine definitely are. But for those of you who are not aware, that is a thing. They are looking at possibly passing a law, making a rule. I'm not sure what stage it's in yet. That just goes, proper ICE agents will have a QR code that you can scan that gives you their name and their badge number and all this other stuff. And if you don't see what's wrong with that, I don't know what to tell you.
This is from AMNY. Bronx Congress member Richie Torres pushing bill to mandate that all ICE agents have QR codes on uniforms to identify themselves. I don't know, maybe instead of like a badge number that you can easily take a picture of from a distance.
Or a name tag, which you could also take a picture of
from a distance.
Or a patch that says which part of ICE are you located from.
From a distance?
All from a distance. You know, accountability.
Also, I'm glad I came here. I did not know QR meant quick recognition. This is the first time I've ever seen that.
It's like when you find out the acronym of USB. And it's like, oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, that one doesn't hit as much. I've been knew that one.
Like,
there's an urgent need to unmask ICE not only physically but digitally. So I have legislation that will require ICE agents to wear uniforms that contain QR codes, which can be scanned by members of the public.
That's stupid. Because all they really have to do is just go.
I mean, all right. Not to defend this.
The thing is, no, it's kind of like the thing for me is it's dangerous because if you put these things in here, unless you have people who are going to be on point about this stuff, it's very possible for you to put malicious things in there because now we have who exactly decided to scan that QR code.
Damn,
we don't
you right.
That.
Because again,
we don't need that because like that's information that you are going to have. Like someone decided to look that up. Now you have that information. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
So okay,
I'm basically gonna like tap the phone to somebody's chest and be like, "Cool."
All right, I'm gonna follow that up in a second. I do want to give at least some recognition to this. When scanned, the code would generate a digital ID displaying the officer's name, badge number, and law enforcement agency. I can see how that's really, like, again, distilled from everything else by itself, maybe not a bad idea. Because it's not, if you get a name and a badge number, then you got to go home and look that shit up, and it's a whole thing, right? At face value, not a bad idea. Now, to get back to what we were saying, and especially that QR code shit, because again, I am always telling people about this. They could do some fuck shit to put in a QR code that once you scan it, it will put something on your fucking device. It may give you what you're looking for, but now you have given them shit that you were not willing to give up.
And that's the thing I don't like. I understand that it's going to take like extra work on a certain level to get the information about where this person's from and who they work for and all this other stuff if you just have like a name and a badge number or something like that. But the thing that it also allows you to do is they don't know if that picture came from me or Major or Kevin, right? If I take that picture with my phone, they can have that kind of information in there. Like it's one of those things like I see what you're thinking, but this is not the way to go about it. Like I don't think that it's not like I think the idea is malicious. I'm just like, this is not a good idea.
Well, no, I mean, it's not so much like the idea itself is not malicious. I'm more or less concerned at what ICE would do.
Right.
And that's why that particular thing is why I think it's a bad idea.
Because like, again, you didn't see how that QR code was generated. You don't know.
Right.
What's happening. And again, people aren't us who would think about that shit. They would see this, oh man, actually, I don't know. That's kind of cool. I could take like instead of using my phone, I could take a picture with it with my camera and then I could go home and then scan it. Boom, you still done. You still fucking toast.
You still toast. Like I say, best case scenario, it doesn't take you to the officer's information. It basically takes you to like a Rickroll. Worst case scenario, malicious script. Like either way, it can be used not as intended.
I mean, granted, now this is me sitting there trying to figure out a way to do, like, if this were to go through and if they had the QR codes, there is a way. I imagine there is a way to go through a chain of steps to make sure that shit is sanitized. Like, it has to go to a certain website. Like, when you scan it, you don't immediately go to it. Like, you open an app that says, hey, this is where this QR code goes. Do you want to go here? Like, don't use the iPhone's camera app. Use a QR code decoder or some shit. Awkward moment when a contractor asked you to scan a QR code to give him a review on Google. Fuck that. Stop it.
I mean, I don't even like restaurants that make you scan the QR code to look at the menu.
I'm just like, that makes me nervous. Can you just... Is it on your website? Can you just bring me the printed version of this, please?
Right.
The way that I'm just like, I just forgot my phone. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I feel weird.
But you're holding it in your hand right now.
Yeah.
What's that in your hand?
Oh, nothing. I'm so serious. I will put that phone in my pocket.
I was just hoping you would just go. No, I was hoping you just go stand on business. It's like, no. I definitely forgot my phone at home.
Like, it's one of those. Doing this in restaurant areas is a fine and nuanced practice, because it is. I want to stand on business, but I'm trying not to make problems for you. So I need to not have the phone so that you don't have to, like, clearly you don't have the phone. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and bring that menu because I'm not trying to make your night miserable. I just have principles about this.
Now I'm going to ask this question because Ruin mentions, like, he says, like, it's your burner with no internet. Now I really want to know, can a QR code store data? Or is a QR code just a string of text? like, can I save a PDF to a QR code? I'm guessing nobody has that answer.
I just don't be scanning. I just
Ruin says they think they can.
So actually, let me tell you here. Like, here's a list of things. I just happened to open our newly 25-year-old Wikipedia today, and found the following things that you can use QR codes for as of 2024. QR codes can be used to display text to the user, can open a web page on the device, can add a contact card to the device, can open a URI, can connect to a wireless network, compose an email or a text message.
So it seems like it's just... Yeah, it seems like it's text that's using various endpoints on a device to do things.
That's the part that I don't like about that, because it is things that it could be used to do, or information that could be used to send, because you know that when you have URLs, URIs, and all of that other stuff, the amount of things that you can just embed in a single line, it doesn't have to be a lot, it just has to be enough, and that is my problem.
Yeah, but again, it was like when Ruin said like it was a burner without the internet. Like, I was wondering, if you were to scan a QR code and it did not have the internet, could it give you a PDF, but also it could also just have a payload? Or is a QR code just a string of text? Which it seems like, yes, it's only just a string of text, but that string of text could be anything. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, when it like you had mentioned, like, and Bruin says here, like, it puts in Wi-Fi credentials. I'm pretty sure, like, on an iPhone, like, there's like Wi-Fi : SSID : password, and that's what it passes to the phone to put in Wi-Fi credentials.
Now, imagine for a moment, you take a picture of someone's badge and it connects you to Starlink or some shit. Could you imagine? And you don't know that until you get home.
I feel like, how would it do that?
Well, I mean, that's the thing that the QR code can do. It can connect you to a wireless network.
But how would it connect you to okay, I wouldn't say a Starlink, but see, now that you said it connects you to a wireless network, I would like to see the process for that. Because if it does that without telling you that's what it's about to do, that would be fucked. Like, why would I need a Stingray if I could just get anybody on a wireless router that would just send me packets from a device that we can get the MAC addresses for, and possibly any other identifying information.
Because in a certain case, like in a lot of cases, right? Most of the time, if you scan a QR code, it assumes in general, unless you're taking a picture of one. Well, if you're taking a picture of one, I think it's a little bit different, because when you take a picture of one, it at least pops up here's the thing I'm about to open to do whatever this does.
Again, right? But it won't, like, it'll say, hey, oh, okay.
But I do know what it would like to have some. Yeah. But I can see where someone. I've also had people be like, hey, if you want to connect to the Wi-Fi, scan this, and it just does.
Now I want, NFCs might bypass that, but I know that with a QR code, especially on iOS, it will put something on that bottom part of the viewfinder where you have to actually click the thing in order for the action to happen, which does not help you if you were going to a website with malicious content. But yeah, with a Wi-Fi network, it would prompt you to go like click the button to then log into the Wi-Fi. So that would at least stop that. But yeah, if you were using this to say identify ICE agents and it's on a website, yeah, you are fucked. Even if it was to give you the identity of the ICE agent, you have now gone to their website and they're still telling what you downloaded or what you uploaded to the website. Yeah, Richie Torres is not a serious person.
No.
He should shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Anywho, back to this article. I know how we got there though. The DHS is suing Meta to get information on an Instagram and Facebook user who is actually unmasking and providing information about masked ICE agents.
So in case y'all didn't see that little bit in the news, a person who I am happy to leave in completely nameless because we don't know who they are. And
John Doe says right here, John Doe.
And long may they reign. Has been like, oh, since y'all don't want to unmask yourselves, I'm going to do it. And it started updating, I think it was like a Wikipedia article with a list of the names on it of like all of the, what isn't this for like agents in like in Minnesota?
I want to say it's the whole damn thing.
But they're just like, here's everybody. Here are their names and here's what they look like. Have fun.
And I want to say, I don't see the site here. I want to say it was mentioned, but I don't remember. I want to say that there was like a new batch of information. No, it's Pennsylvania. It's in Pennsylvania. But I know there's another site that's doing some similar work, and apparently there are kids who are doxing their parents.
About that one.
Also, there was like a list of, I think, like 4,000 people that was shared recently.
Mm-hmm. No rest for the wicked. I said there ain't no rest for the wicked.
DHS alleges that the Community Watch group posting, quote, pictures and videos of agents' faces, license plates, and weapons, among other things, end quote, was akin to, quote, threatening ICE agents to impede the performance of their duties, end quote. Oh, I'm sorry. We're too busy protecting our communities from armed mass thugs from kidnapping people.
You have no duties. It's all harassment. Show warrants. No warrants? You're not a real officer of the law.
Well, I mean, it's not even part of it is just the warrants, but part of it is just how do y'all want to be so big and bad? But the thing that you said was, I'd be afraid to go out there if people knew exactly who I was.
Right. Stand on fucking business.
You're not even Gestapo. You're bullies. That's what you are.
The ambulance is right there. Actual police officers in that city, as much as we don't like them sometimes, most of the time, or over here all the time, right there. Fire department. Like, there are people who we regularly don't like, and we know exactly what their faces and their names looks like, and all this other stuff. So the idea that you want the ability to walk around in suits and armors with weapons in the street, like shooting tear gas at point blank range into people's faces. But the thing that you can't stand that you're having a whole lawsuit over is someone being able to put your picture without a mask on it on the internet where other people can see it associated with your name. If you decided that you're going to walk these streets and pull people up out their buildings, out their schools, places of work and worship and all this other stuff, I feel like the least you could do is just be like, hey,
like,
if you have a problem with what I'm doing, run that fade. Like, right? I feel like at that point you should be ready for it.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of what this word has been thrown around a lot, because it's definitely like a Princess Bride moment. Like this word it does not mean what you think it means, and they always equate them to be the Gestapo. And I'm like, they're not the Gestapo. They're the brown shirts. They just sit around and harass people all day. That's their job. Their job is to literally walk around, look superior to everybody else, and bother people for no apparent reason than to bother them. They are the brown shirts. But unlike the brown shirts, they realized we have to when this is over, we need to be able to fold back into society like nothing happens, ergo the masks.
Also, shout out PSL, SCPA, Southeastern Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. I see y'all.
Indeed. Doing the good work. Doing the good work. Fighting the good fight.
Well, they're the following, the Montco, the Montgomery, I think this is Montgomery County Watch.
Yeah.
It says Montco. I don't know what Montco is short for. Yeah, it's Montgomery County. I talked to my mom earlier this week, and she told me a car and a van was slowly trailing her class of kids recently. In my head, I was thinking, oh my God, a fucking pedo. It turned out to be ICE. After they got out the car, her supervisor approached them and found out. It's sad when it's like, is it a pedo or is it ICE? Again, both things that we have to worry about this time. Like,
it's like, is it like, because back in our day, it was like stranger danger. Now it's like, brown shirts in the van, and like, ugh,
wild. Speaking of law enforcement and I guess surveilling people, police unmasked millions of surveillance targets because of Flock redaction error.
Oops.
A handful of police departments that use Flock have unwittingly leaked details of millions of surveillance targets and a large number of active police investigations around the country because they have failed to redact license plates information and public record releases. Flock responded to this revelation by threatening a site that exposes it and by limiting the information the public can get via public record release request. Excuse me. This is from 404 Media. And now there's a website that you can go to verify if you have been flocked. Just like Have I Been Pwned?
Yep.
And so far there are 2,504,107 plates.
Well, damn.
Yeah, Ruin, I'm glad so far I have not been flocked either.
Go flock around
here. All right. Trigger warning ahead, content warning. We are going to be talking about CSAM. Luckily not getting into graphic detail, but of course, we talked about it last week, getting back into it again. Masterful Gambit, this is also coming from 404 Media. Musk attempts to monetize Grok's wave of sexual abuse imagery. So I don't know, instead of cleaning up their training data or, trying some fucking way to keep people from doing it, he says, hey, we're going to lock this behind a paywall. So if you want to undress insert person here, you got to pay for it.
One thing for true, two things for certain. people will find the munyon to do the bad things.
So, can we just briefly discuss, right? That the first thing that the man did when the AI had someone write a prompt for it to apologize, the thing that this man did was decide to just meme the whole thing as it relates to himself and be like, see, you can do that to adults too. Isn't that great? And like, not just go, hey, this is immediately reprehensible and you should not do it. Or to be like, hey, let's go ahead and like fix that so that if you try to do it, the system just reports you instead or then bans your account. You decided not to do that. What you decided to do was pay me money in order to do that. Now, I know that there were some things floating around here saying that that's not exactly how that went down or whatever. So there's that. But then this is coming from 404. So I feel like that's fairly reliable if they're saying that that's what the case is over here. This is just the all to y'all shade. Why are men? You know, someone come get him.
Three senators have penned an open letter to Apple asking them, or I guess Google as well, but this is coming from 9to5Mac, penned an open letter to Apple and Google asking them to remove Twitter from their app store until XAI gets their shit together. Also from 9to5Mac, 2 countries have already blocked access to the Grok app due to the CSAM. The countries are where'd it go? Okay, it says 2. Okay, Malaysia and Indonesia, so they weren't European, excuse me. And Britain is looking into it.
Britain's been looking into a lot of things for like 80 freaking years.
Now, apparently,
they find it deeply disturbing.
They found it
literally here
for 100 years.
We want to. But I mean, here's the thing. While we're here, and I mean, sure, I feel like there's like plenty of tea and shade to be thrown there. But I do want to note that someone's response was to just go, and we will sue you if you block access to this app in your country because. Check my notes here. Hold on. Let me check my correspondent notes real quick. Because you haven't decided to handle this CSAM situation, we are going to not allow this app in the country.
Yes.
And their response was, can we sue them for that? Because you would be doing like material damages to our funding. You want to know what would probably help with that funding you're talking about is simply enforcing the terms and conditions you have. But here we are. Or having a moderation policy and not firing your ethics team, but we're also here. Then there's also while we're looking at this article, couldn't help but notice that they were just like, the senators were just like, hey, Apple, we're not even asking you for our own sake to do that. We're asking you to enforce the policies that you have on your products for what people can do with it.
Damn, they shutting you down over there, dog.
Oh yeah, I guess they're telling me to wrap it up. I don't know what that was. So
wrap it up, B.
B. I was waiting for the Sandman to start coming out.
But I'm just sitting here just like, imagine considering what we have seen from the Senate in regards to Facebook and let's say national elections. It is shocking to me that they, of all people, are the people who are writing, yo, Apple, you have terms of service. Enforce that shit.
Like the government is telling the the $1 trillion company, hey, maybe want to dial it back a little, Playboy. You know,
We
Tim
are in the
Apple,
upside. We're in the
jump
upside
into it.
down. We're in the upside down. Where's the Demogorgon?
Ooh,
Where's the
ooh.
Vecna?
I know where he is. He's in Cary.
I know.
Gaming news. As Grok continues generating
What's up, segue?
sexualized images, Epic Games boss says senators calling for a ban are trying to censor all of their political opponents.
Fucking Tim Sweeney, I believe, is this person, right?
Yes.
Yep. One thing.
You know
old
something?
Tim
I need a
Sweeney is gonna
beverage.
do-
I will be right back because these people have like I feel like these people have a fetish around having a foot in their mouth and it's always their own. I don't understand. I'm gonna go get a cup. I'm gonna go get it.
And while you do that, there is something else I need to pull up because, man, a clock is right 2 times a day.
Because one thing for two things are certain about old Timmy Sweens. Timmy Sween. Timmy Sween is basically the equivalent of just be rich and quiet. Like that's the thing that we have like reiterated on this platform for a very, very long time. And the second thing is I don't believe, the Jules argument, what I like to call the Jules rebuttal. I don't believe I asked you a goddamn thing. So I believe within a shadow of a doubt that Tim Sweeney decides that for many times he's on the wrong side of history, but just as you say about them broken clocks, right twice a day, and that's Tim Sweeney is like a broken Rolex watch.
So,
Can I just say disrespectfully, check that man's hard drive.
It's probably got free games on it.
That's one way to put it.
Yep.
So he opens up with that, to which then, again, clock is right at least twice a day. PC Gamer reports on it. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney argues banning Twitter over its ability to AI generate pornographic images of minors is just gatekeepers attempting to censor all of their political opponents. It's the subtitle here that I love. Not the hill I die on, but I'm not a billionaire.
I don't believe that. I don't believe in both of that. It's like brother. Who? That's why we need to go ahead and take the Aaron Burr style of conversation of like talk less, smile more. That's what we're talking about. Because he thought he ate down. He thought he cooked, ate, and chewed, swallowed, burped, and everything was good. Nah, brother.
Not the hill I die on, but I'm not a billionaire. It's a God.
I just
PC Gamer ate on that one. PC Gamer ate.
I want you to know that is the one and only time that Major is ever probably going to say that on this show.
Yeah.
One and only.
But
like people got beefs with Kotaku, Gizmodo, which I also have beef with them too. But PC Gamer, I swore them off a long time ago. But when I saw this shit,
yeah.
Special guest star PC Gamer on the show.
For the one time.
Only for.
But also, can we just talk about this for a second? Tim Sweeney.
Oh, he's not finished.
Oh, wait. No. I have to ask a question about this, right? I'm going to like read this paragraph over here, and then I have a question, a very important one. So we're just going to say that my hands up, Mac Funeral Home fan, right there, right? All major AI companies have instances of going off the rails. And major AI companies make their best efforts to combat this, but none are perfect. Politicians demanding gatekeepers selectively crush the one that's their political opponent's company is basic crony capitalism. So let me just ask a question. Their political opponent's company. I'm sorry. I, again, just want to be up here. Is Elon Musk, in fact, a public servant or an occupant of a publicly elected office? I will wait for that answer. Please take your time and then speak clearly into the microphone, Tim Sweeney. Is that what's happening over here? Because as far as I know, this person is the person who is responsible for at least 2 failed cryptocurrencies and the reason why at least one of the 2 companies that he owns make sure to keep him out of all of its affairs. So maybe you don't defend this, just like you don't defend things like, hey, maybe you should fix the AI that keeps telling people to do things that content warning because we have to talk about death and things. Maybe you should, like the same way where it's like, hey, maybe we ban the AI that keeps giving people suggestions that end up with people killing themselves until it stops doing that. Because, if it were any other situation where something was doing wildly, egregiously harmful or deleterious things to people, we would have that off. Did they not just recently do a recall for milk, certain types of vegetables? I feel like it's a common thing that if that hurts people, you get that off the map until you fix it. So I don't know what you're defending this for, Timothy. I hope you drink spoiled milk actually 3 times this week.
Okay, so I've got more. Speaking of political opponents, before I move on to more of what Tim Sweeney's talking about here, here's a list of everybody who has AI aspirations that was at Trump's inauguration. There's Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Meta, Jeff Bezos, Amazon,
yep.
Tim Cook, Apple, Sam Altman, OpenAI.
Yep.
Now, I don't believe TikTok's got anything in there. Sundar Pichai, Google. And I think that's it.
Nadella wasn't there?
I don't believe so.
Surprised Nadella wasn't there.
Wait, hold on. This is sponsored from Corporate World, all supporting online. Pichai, Cook, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, and former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg were among those congratulating Trump on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, on Monday.
Yep.
So Satya Nadella was not at the inauguration.
Which I'm surprised.
Copilot told him to go and gave him the directions, but he got lost.
He couldn't have caught a flight from with Sundar. Sundar was going the same way. But it'll be like,
but
Sundar, pick me up.
Sundar's in Cali.
Right.
Satya's in Washington.
Right.
They two different places, two different originating places.
You telling me people and $1 billion companies couldn't be like, yo, pull my G6.
No.
Pull the G6 up to Washington.
Rugged individualism is a tenet of capitalism. No, you fly your own damn plane. You burn your own jet fuel. If you are not helping the oil industry by flying your own fucking plane, who are you even?
This is true. I'm surprised. That's what the Pluribus is about. I got you.
Oh my god, damn, I miss Pluribus. Yeah. So to go back on to Mr. Sweeney here. Responding to the PC Gamer article on Twitter, Sweeney replies, "This is a vile lie by PC Gamer. I criticize a government official for pressuring Apple and Google to block a speech app owned by the political opponent, deplatforming 500 million users on the pretense of stopping a small number of users from distributing disgusting content." Bro. Not
like
the argument.
You're upset. Well, like, no. Let's talk about that. Because if you've heard of the term weaponized incompetence, here we are. Here we are. Because that man could read those. I know that you could read those words and see that those people said, "Hey, you have an app here on your store that is egregiously violating a number of your terms and conditions. You should ban that app until they are in line with your terms and conditions at a minimum." That's what the letter said. Paragraph 1, and there were only 2 paragraphs to read, Timmy. Like, what are we talking about? So, like, at what point? Once again, just a reminder that of all of the jobs that are replaceable by ChatGPT, OpenAI, or other things, and obviously y'all know that we don't rock with that over here. But as all the jobs that are replaceable by this, I think it would save us literal trillions of dollars if we just like stop having CEOs and let ChatGPT do that job. I'm pretty sure if we took the collective amount of thinking that it took for CEOs to run anything, it would use exactly 1 bottle of water every 10 years. And you can tell because of tweets like this. You don't have anything to do. You have all of that money and you can't just be silent somewhere. Kevin has been saying this every year for the last 5 years. Please be rich and shut the fuck up.
I mean, I did say it when you went out.
The sad thing is, Kev, there was so much happening that I forgot.
Yeah.
That I used your quote to reference the initial article.
Oh.
If everything is all fun and games until you get called into Congress.
I say it every time. Brother.
Tim Sweeney fucked this whole shit up for me, and I forgot.
Yeah, it was the whole like it's all fun and games when you get pulled up front of. Like I say, Sundar remembers, Bezos remembers. I know damn well Zuckerberg remembers. Like, and that's the one time when you really get them though.
I want to say this though. They did Zuckerberg dirty, putting him under all those white lights and then taking those pictures. Next time, take a picture of that man in at least sunlight or something.
We've seen him in sunlight. Have you not seen him on that surfboard?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
The comparison.
Don't you, Major? Don't you dare! I will block you. I will block you in the middle of this show. Don't you
put that evil on the freaking Bible.
I should make that the thumbnail for this fucking show. Mark Zuckerberg on that damn surfboard.
Nah.
Look, we're gonna Streisand the fuck out of everybody.
Brother, you just trying to get your Facebook together. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Look, speaking of ADHD, I'm back on ADHD meds. Unfortunately, it's going to take me about 3 to 6 weeks before we see any improvement.
And this is about to be the roughest 3 to 4 weeks.
Cause you know I'm gonna fight it.
Yep.
Don't do it.
The motherfucker, you not gonna hold me down.
No.
I will have this tangent. All right, since I was told to carry on, I will.
Good deal.
Good news on the AI front. Mandalorian's publisher has banned AI assets in his games, calls them cancerous. This is from GameSpot.
Oh yeah. See, shout out to Hooded Horse. They make all my favorite games, and they're not fucking around with AI.
Says no.
They said it's part of a standard contract. Okay, you know what? Work.
Exactly.
In more good news for AI, in so much of, you know, the in you know, the good touch of a good partner news. A disgrace. Steam dev is deleting own game after realizing AI is bad. This is from Polygon. Homie made a game in AI, then got a girlfriend who then was like, I can fix him. And she fixed him. And he's like, you know what? AI actually is fucked up, man. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this.
Yes.
Initially, I had shared online, said, hey, you know, you can change, but then somebody definitely came back and like rightly pointed out, like, no, this is the story of a woman actually coming through and doing the whole, you know, I mean, maybe don't be, hey, I can fix him. We don't need every woman doing this, but this is a case in which that happens.
Yes.
Let's see. In the announcement, Raquel explained that he made the small game in a couple of months through the help of AI. At the time, he didn't see the harm in it if any people around him encouraged it. The tools were free and the possibilities seemed limitless. Since then, Raquel says that he started dating a girl. The relationship is only a month old, but that's long enough for the persuasive paramour to convince Raquel about the pitfalls of AI-generated assets. Quote, I have realized that the AI is not actually free and it has major effects on the economy and environment. Some AI companies can use this game just existing as a reason to get more investment for their AI companies that benefits no one, but rather suck resources from the economy from hardworking people.
Yes.
End quote. Earlier in the post, he disowned his previous actions by noting he had been, quote unquote, brainwashed by university students who used AI frequently. Quote, but the game existing in its current form is a disgrace to all game makers and players. Ethically, the only logical reason is to delete the game from Steam. The girl I've been dating for a month made me realize this. End quote. Good on her.
Yep.
Like a literal case of I can fix him. Doing it.
He said, what we're not about to do?
To me, I don't think that's so much like I can fix him. It was more or less like what we not finna do is this shit. Do better, baby. And it's like, you right.
To me, it feels like it's one of those. It's one of those things where it's like, dude realizes he has shot with girl, not going to fuck up bag.
Right, because it was like he realized I could do this bad thing and lose this girl, or I could not do this bad thing and not lose this girl. It's a win-win situation. I'm not finna make a Kobayashi Maru for my damn self. Like, hell no.
Nah, I just throw this shit in trash. Yep. Look, see, baby, we can do this. We can do this.
It's like the equivalent of, hey, I don't like this Atlanta Falcons beanbag that you had since college. Well, you know, I can just let it go. I can let it go.
Yep.
I can let this go. This is not a big deal. Like, you know,
I know exactly what that situation is. Look, pretty sure we've all gone through that.
Sometimes we've all like said, you know what? We just gotta let it go. It's that thing that we had, that conversation that we had before, where it's like, I totally have no problem making the ice in the ice trays, but the person that I love and that I live with prefers to get their ice out of the fridge, and so I have to make that situation work for them. Ergo, that is what I have to do for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am totally fine with doing the complicated but simple but tedious thing, but they don't want that. So I need to go ahead and do the right thing for them, which makes work out for me.
Look, we can get.
Right?
I could put my family on Linux, but no, they want the simplicity of Windows 11. So sure, I will install the adware.
Right. So that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
And that's and that kind of works out for me. So
but that's where that pie hole comes in handy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right. Stellar Blade news. Bum bum bum. Like I said before, like I said at the beginning, good news and bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Start with the bad news.
Oh, that's great because it will flow with the rest of this. And more AI. Oh, wait, actually, no. Oh, I actually did order it correctly. The bad news was first. Stellar Blade director goes all in on AI as South Korea's games industry looks to compete on the global stage.
The article makes a note to clarify that they're not talking about generative, but cue eye roll here.
This is coming from Eurogamer. The thing that pisses me off is we're doing it because China.
Yes.
Yes, let's continue being xenophobic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh no, China is actually doing things. We should compete with them. I mean, sure, but also hear me out. There are more people in China than there are. I mean, there are more people probably in Beijing that are in the whole of South Korea. Just from a sheer number standpoint, you ain't gonna compete.
You're not competing with that.
You're not even in the conversation.
Yeah.
Get a unified Korea and then come talk to me. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm throwing shade at fucking South Korea because y'all are nothing but a puppet of the fucking US.
Yeah. Because it's like, how you gonna create something that made like Black Myth Wukong? Like, how you gonna do that?
I mean,
Where
they
wins
did
me for free.
I mean, they did. Stellar Blade is like Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah.
Like, that game looks great. So does Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, oh wait, well, and I'll get to this later with PlayStation Plus stuff. I did. There is a demo for Black Myth Wukong on PS5 if you have PS Plus Premium, and I've downloaded that, so I'm gonna try to give that a shot.
Yes.
A little bit later. Speaking of content that should be made on the channel, so sad for Dragon Quest VII. Shit put me out like a fucking light.
Yeah. Because that was the thing. That was the thing though about why 7 was not necessary. Why people were kind of like confused that they were getting a remake for 7, because 7 has the dubious honor of being slow as fuck. Very slow as hell to engage with, because it takes probably take you about 2-3 hours before you get to a literal boss battle, and apparently that has not possibly changed, because it definitely took me a long time before I got to some actual fights.
Like, I remember falling asleep, waking up, and responding to something I was dreaming and not anything in the game.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, yeah, we need to wrap this up. We're done here.
Yeah. Like I say, I streamed it like about last week, and I was like, yeah, it was if you say you fell asleep on it, I definitely get it.
Speak says we can't compete with them in terms of quantity, so we'll not compete with them in terms of quality as well.
Right.
But the thing is, like, again, South Korea has been putting out really good fucking games. Again, Shift Up made probably like one of the most controversial games that has existed, but still, I will play a game with sexy lady all day, and plan to do so. It is on my list of games. I have this shit on PC, ready to play. Spandex Lady, the video game.
I mean, keeping the band in the buck with you, that is also Dave the Diver. Because Dave the Diver is also is a South Korean based game. It's through Nexon. And
let's see, Liza P. Only Souls like that compares with Bloodborne. Like, Korea's putting out some dope ass games. Like, just don't look at Black Myth Wukong's. Oh, we whoa. Or like where winds meet. You're like, whoa, we can't like, no, shut up. Just make your fucking game.
Just make the games. Yeah. It's like China can make awesome games, and they have the infrastructure to be able to make those awesome games. True. But you can also make the awesome games.
But what this is like, again, the reason why I point out that whole beef with China is like, yeah, you're letting your xenophobia, racism, and fucking capitalism like just show.
That's when we ain't got Chinese EVs.
Oh my god. $10,000 for an EV.
Mm-hmm. You seen the Rich Rebuilds breakdown of the Chinese EVs?
No, I really do need to watch the channel. I need to sit there and just put him in the RSS feed so I can at least 6 or 7 months from now start watching his videos.
Yeah, I would definitely say check that out, because I am
sub to the channel. I just need to do more.
I've been watching that episode for at least trying to watch that one video for 3 days. I've gotten to I'm almost gotten down to like 3 minutes a day. I watch one video.
People aren't talking about Black Myth as much as they used to, but it's still it's still one of those showpiece titles.
Yes.
Like, even I still want to buy it and play it. I'm going to check out the demo on the PS. Excuse me. Damn. Yeah. On the PS5.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a minute. It's kind of tamped down a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, it's still not out on the Xbox, and I think that once it releases on Xbox, that's when the conversation will probably go back up again.
Yeah.
Is it? Also, I think there's a sequel that they're working on.
It's like Black Myth something, I think. I'll look that up.
Okay, so now it's out on Xbox. Okay. Oh shit! It came out in August of last year. So yeah. So they didn't it may be on the downswing again.
Yeah, we weren't talking about it because that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Myth Shankui. That's a new game.
But let's see. This is where I wish they stopped. It didn't say anything about AI, because this was dope coming out of Shift Up. Stellar Blade Studio Shift Up has gifted all its staff $3,400, AirPods Max, and an Apple Watch. Mm-hmm. This is coming from VGC. The company gave each of its staff a set of Apple AirPods Max, an Apple Watch, and a bonus 5 million, I think it's Wong, or the equivalent of $3,400, a total value of more than $4,000 per employee.
Mm-hmm.
Look, again, it's $3,400 plus 2 things that I would have probably bought with the money.
See, that's what I like when people give money and thing.
Yeah.
Because that way you're gonna be like, you don't have to take this money and buy the thing with it. You can go ahead and buy them. We're gonna give you the thing and the money. So go ahead and use the money on what you want to use it on.
I mean, yeah, of course, again, they could have just gotten $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
400,000 won is roughly $271.
Okay.
Well, I said 3,400, not 400. Which would be 5 million won. But yeah, like again, like we can sit and say like, oh yeah, I would have taken the whole 4,000 and maybe yeah, you could have bought whatever you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But it like for me, it's a hierarchy of items only. Oh man, you could have given me money. Money only. Cool. I can now buy things that I want. Or thing and money. It's like, cool. These are things that may have been on my list that I wouldn't have thought of. I could benefit from this and I've got money. Like, I don't know. Like, it's almost like what was it? Landslide and that whole conversation of why Peak costs $8.
That's funny to me. That
it's not $10, it's $5, but it's like right in the middle to where it's like also not $5, also not $10.
You know, like $3 is $2 and $2 is basically free. And I'm like, I'll tell you right now, that was a combination of I hate everything of what he said, and everything he said made sense.
It did.
I can't dispute it.
It was like, all right, you know what? Yeah, you had that. You can have that.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I feel like me making sense of $3,400 and Apple products makes sense in my head, even though sure, you could have just given me 4,000 and I also could have just done the same thing.
Yeah.
But 34 and items seems more than 4,000 outright. There was a lot of movement in the labor front this week. Meta again, seeing that their metaverse shit is kind of circling the drain. They cut a few studios. Ubisoft also had some cuts over at Massive, which doesn't make sense, seeing that there are rumors of a Division re-release. There are rumors of Division 3. Avatar was a huge success, apparently.
Yeah, it was.
The metaverse was like their, everything will be in VR, like their Ready Player One type bullshit.
Which I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Because I know. Have you read Ready Player One?
No.
Sin, have you read Ready Player One? No. Okay. So let me give you a break. Let me give you a slight breakdown on how that works. The thing in Ready Player One is the Oasis, and the Oasis is basically like an open source main hub of like information, gaming, whatever. It's basically you access it and you enter it, and you're basically doing whatever you want. Mankind basically stops because all manner of entertainment is like basically shoehorned into the Oasis. It's kind of like in the vein of like the holodecks in Star Trek, right?
Oh, just so you know, I understand. I know about Ready Player One.
Right.
Again, shout out to Wikipedia. Right. But
but that's what I'm saying. The main crux and rub of it is that it was open source and easily accessible to anybody who had access to it.
So
right?
VR chat.
Yes, it's like VR. It's really VR chat. So think about the Oasis as VR chat, openly accessible, able to run on anything, can be accessed by myriad of all other devices. All you just need is a login and an account, like a login and access to the Oasis, and you're in the Oasis. The way the metaverse would have worked, it's basically been like all meta devices, meaning that you would have to buy one unified device. You don't have access to it. Plus, it's not accessible enough because it's not affordable for every person to have access to the metaverse at different tiers, right? And then it would be also, and then the Oasis is also not heavily monetized, other like the metaverse would have been. or is, or was, or whatever.
I'll make the argument that the Meta Quest headsets actually were competitively priced.
They were competitively priced, sure. But at a level of scale to be able for every man, woman, and child to be able to have access to it at all manners of tiers of finances.
I still feel like that might be a conversation for the economy of the Ready Player One's world.
It was still buns. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, how were people getting their hands on these headsets? Right. Like, were they going into debt to get the headsets? Because I imagine they're like $10 or free with a box of Cracker Jacks.
Right. It's more into the vein of people at all levels had access. That was the crazier part of it. It was either there was wide distribution of the of headsets.
Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm just about to do something I don't want to be on camera.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So it was wide adoption of people, meaning every woman, every man, woman, and child in most places had the ability to get an Oasis headset and be able to access the Oasis. Okay. Plus, there's also, you can also go, because, at that time, was messed up. That means people could go to school through the Oasis. Because that's what happened with the titular character. He had to go through school. He had to access school through the Oasis. So that means it's pretty much like how computers.
But see,
the adoption again, of computers.
The argument,
the adoption of laptops.
The point I'm making here is,
yeah,
is it? And like, I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, because we haven't even gotten to the actual article. I was just talking about layoffs and stuff, and we got to the metaverse. But the argument I'm making here is access to the Oasis really because the headsets were widely available because they were just inexpensive, or do we go to a level of late stage capitalism where they just give it to you and you're just perpetually paying for them because it's on a subscription? And it's like the internet where because things are there, they needed to subsidize the cost of these headsets to get people there, to keep them there, which I imagine if the metaverse took off, Facebook or Meta would have eventually gotten to that point.
Right.
Whereas you would just lease the Meta Quest 9 because that's just how the internet works now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like more of a subsidy. That's when I say like access to all tiers of like for every man, woman, and child, and access to whatever tiers. The minutia would be subsidies, would be like basically subsidies and access to the Oasis, because they knew the Oasis, because they knew the man who basically created the Oasis knew that he wanted to have everyone to have access to it. But it's not but unlike Metaverse the Oasis is not monetized.
So it's essentially like if insulin actually stayed where it was supposed to be when it was sold for $1, as opposed to Eli Lilly getting their hands on it and then jacking the price.
So that's what I'm saying. It was essentially that, and so the big conflict of Ready Player One was basically the parent company being like, we want to have direct access to the Oasis so that we could monetize the shit out of it. Because again, it is at scale where everybody on the planet has direct access to it and accessibility to it. And then this company wants to be able to monetize it all to hell and shitify it. And that was supposed to be the big, conflict, right, of that book. And so that's why I'm saying the way the metaverse did not work out is because it was trying to be the thing. Instead of growing and becoming the world's game, it basically was trying to be the world's game out in front before people actually know they wanted it.
I mean, to be fair, nobody wanted that.
Nobody wanted that.
Nobody wanted VR like that anyway.
Right. And nobody wanted that, and nobody asked for that. It's like here's the Oasis. Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, Fortnite is closer to Ready Player One than Meta's Metaverse was.
Right, because that game, because again, it's accessible. It's affordable through, like, you can play it through consoles, you can play it through PCs, you can play it through tablet now, you can play it through mobile now. So it's accessible to many. It's accessible on many different devices. So yeah, and it doesn't ask anything beyond, like, again, that's also another thing is customization tools. That was paid, so you could customize your avatar the way you want it to, and then you just pay through customizations and whatnot. So, but yeah, I know we got a bit off topic, but that was just something that I wanted to, like, have a thing about. It's like, say but just so you say, Fortnite is more in tune to where the Oasis is than it would be, than Metaverse would be, because, like I say, again, it's all about accessible and affordable.
What's going on, Takal?
Access. What's up, Takal?
So yeah, Metaverse had some layoffs. Ubisoft had some layoffs at Massive. But I cap one particular layoff that of note this week. Major Nelson is now out of a job.
I feel like Unity is just not a good thing for old CEOs. Like, it's not the place to thug it out. It's not Zynga. Like, it's not a place where like old tech CEOs can, like, thug it out for long.
Well, I mean, it's not like he was CEO. I mean, he's just the communications guy.
Right. Again,
the save face of a company, which Microsoft was on the way out when he left. And then, quite frankly, I don't think I heard anything from Major Nelson at all when he went to Unity.
And I mean, if you're supposed to be the communications guy, we need to kind of hear from you. Like, but yeah, Unity's not it.
But yes, Larry Herb, also known as Major Nelson, has been laid off from Unity after being there for 18 months. But I am pretty sure he's well taken care of.
He's all right. No problem.
Going over to some good news. This is going to be a roller coaster of an episode. Awesome Games Done Quick. 2026 closes having raised 1.8 million pounds for Prevent Cancer Foundation and had a 70-player relay in Super Mario 64 Replay.
You know something? We love to see at GDQ. Always out here being, like, doing cool and inspirational stuff, which I would like to remind y'all in January, middle of January, because we're in the middle of January 2026, that next month GDQ has an event that has been run for a couple of years now, known as Black in a Flash. Doing all of the Black speedrunning things. So get into it.
Yes.
To call it's 1.8 million pounds sterling.
Yeah, that's
not euro.
You got to remember they left the EU. It's pounds, baby.
I mean, even then they were still using pounds.
They're still using pounds. They're part of the EU, but they were like, "Nah, we're not doing that with our cash." Yeah.
Which equates to $2.44 million.
Mm-hmm.
We have Glubbers. There you go. It's close enough.
Okay,
We're talk about how
it's one game of Mario, but they switched out people. Okay, I see what's happening.
Yeah.
apparently Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb and Mike Minotti were in attendance and were sitting behind the camera for most of it. Wait, there was a speed run of Clair Obscur? Oh, okay, I might have to go back and watch that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they speed running everything out here.
That one's just for me. Unfortunately, they did not link to it. They linked to their tag for Clair Obscur, which, please stop. If you're going to reference something, because I know that these are all separate videos, please send me to the content. Stop keeping me on your fucking website. Like, that's just rude. Like, if you are referencing a specific thing that is somewhere else, take me to that thing. Like, I know you're talking about Clair Obscur, sure, but I don't care how well this does for your SEO. If you're gonna reference a fucking speed run of Clair Obscur, give me the link to the fucking speed run, not to your website tag. SEO is just, Google has just fucked up the internet, and I hate it.
Same.
Last but not least, and I very rarely do this, but I felt it was very important that we mention it on the show. From Engadget, Heist Game Reloaded gets a release date. For those who do not remember, Reloaded is the Afrofuturistic game in which you steal artifacts. You steal African artifacts from a museum to return it back to whence they came.
Just in time. And what's that release date, by the way?
February 10th, 2026. Black History Month.
Won't he do it every time? Won't he do it?
So yeah, definitely a shout out to the team over at Nyama. I'm gonna butcher it. Nyamakop. Independent South African studio. So yeah, definitely check that out. Will be out on February 10th. I'm definitely gonna grab me a copy. I may not finish it. I may not get far in it because I played the demo and I was shit at this game. But I do want to make sure they get the coins. And like I've said before, I am willing to pay a developer money and never play their game. Because I believe in the dream.
That's what I've been saying about a lot. That's what I'm saying about this game and a lot of games like it, where I'm like, I don't particularly may not like the themes and the gameplay and thematicness, but I will defend this game to the hilt.
With my wallet.
You know, for the right, like, shoot, I use my platform.
I mean that too.
But I'm definitely gonna hype it up though.
I will hype it up. I will use my wallet. I will give them the money.
Yeah, when Zao came out and we did the demo coverage. By the way, the 2025 article is coming up, and I do owe you two paragraphs. And I also
we could discuss that a little bit because I don't know what I owe and what I don't owe myself. So
right. So we'll talk about that.
We'll square that. We'll square that.
But I do say when Zao came out, I was like, though I may not am a fan of the whole Metroidvania style of it, I feel like it would be remiss of me not to talk about the game because the game needs to be talked about. Because when we have games that are made by Black developers and on platform in the indie space, we need to talk about that. So that's why I'm like, I didn't like South of Midnight. South of Midnight because of the theme, but I did like the themes. I did love the art style. I loved the bit of the story, but I just felt like the combat was a little bit too much for me, and I just was like, yeah.
Yep, I was. And shout Dow just said shout out to Ariel Knight. I was just thinking about Ariel Knight.
Right.
He just put out another game, and as a matter of fact, I think that might be talked about in a little bit. Updates this week. NVIDIA rolls out DLS 4.5 to all RTX GPUs. And in more NVIDIA news, the RTX 5070 Ti and 5060 Ti from Asus is now being discontinued. So, if you're looking for those cards, they don't exist. Oh, dope.
Oh, nice.
PlayStation Plus games catalog for January. Okay, so after a fucking year of having PlayStation Plus, I actually sat down and tried to figure out what it is that I actually have. And do I get any of these games on this list? Mainly because one of the games on the list, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I have the physical copy for. I picked it up because it was on sale during the holidays. But hey, it's now on game catalog for PlayStation Plus. But I was like, do I get that game? Do I have the right version of PlayStation Plus? To which I have learned I hate this setup. I also did find out that I did not have to upgrade my PlayStation Plus to get the game. I have the extra tier.
Yeah.
But it was like an extra $2 to go to premium. So I was like, all right, I will try premium, get the PlayStation Classics, maybe use the cloud stuff. I don't know. It's not like there's a remote play app for the Steam Deck. At least I don't think there is. I might go and check that out.
Remote, like playing stuff off.
Like through the cloud.
Okay.
I might go check that out. That way I can probably play Ghost of Tsushima on my Steam Deck as opposed to trying to use Shiaki. You can remote to your PC at least. Did I claim Skate Store yet? No, I don't think I did. I might go back and do that. Yeah, so this month, the Quiet Place game is coming out. Expeditions, a Mud Runner game. Exit 8, Darkest Dungeon, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. But of course, Resident Evil 8 Village.
Now is that 2? Darkest Dungeon.
I think that is just... Oh, that is Darkest Dungeon 2.
I thought so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, Art of Rally. A little to the left. And on premium, Ridge Racer is coming. Of course, when I upgraded to premium, I've got access to the game demo, so I downloaded the demo for Black Myth Wukong. I downloaded Tekken 3 and Tekken 6.
Nice.
Soul Calibur 3 and Kinetica.
Remember Kinetica?
It's been a while since I played Kinetica. It definitely forgot how to play that game. I did learn though. I was, oh yeah, I remember this. This was fun, but I don't think I'll ever play it again. Exit 8 is on console. You will not see me play that game. I've seen that game being played. That is a freaky fucking game.
I was like, no.
So yeah, these are the games that are coming to Extra and Premium, with Ridge Racer coming to Premium.
I would say if you didn't already have a copy of Infinite Wealth, to be fair, Infinite Wealth has been super cheap. So, especially on the console side. So, if you, for whatever reason, you did not have Infinite Wealth, having it on PlayStation Plus would be pretty cool.
Let's see. I do recommend, if you don't already, Deku deals will aggregate all of the prices.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, sitting at $20.99 on the PlayStation Store until January 22nd. $25 at Best Buy. And of course, if you still do the Amazon thing, it is $23. But hey, it is currently $21 on PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
Which, amazing that would be the cheapest option.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I recommend Deku deals. Like, it aggregates all this shit. And even gives you a price history. It's like, hey, what is the lowest this game has ever been? Apparently it was 1924 on Fanatical at the end of the year.
Crazy cheap. Made me want to like run back 7 to see, like, maybe I might want to check this out.
And I want to say, yeah, I probably bought it from Best Buy when it was $25.
Okay.
Which I'm amazed I did that. It not seeing that it was $21 on Steam.
Yeah, I mean, every time I go to like Walmart Supercenter,
Wait,
I keep
no.
seeing
It was $13.50 physical at one point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was. I do remember that.
And that's probably when I bought it, but I'm not seeing it.
I've been seeing it be that cheap on Fat Kid deals a lot.
What's this? I'm not seeing it on this chart, so I don't know when that happened.
Yeah.
But it's saying that it on the PS5 it was $13.50 at one point.
Which I gotta say, like, literally, that's what I'm saying. Which I gotta say though,
Is this Amazon? I might have bought it from Amazon.
Because that's even cheap. That's even cheaper than PC. Because there've been some times I'm like, should I just get a PlayStation 5 just so I can have some cheap games?
I mean,
just so I can play some cheap games, so I can play some games on the cheap. Because sometimes they're cheaper than PC.
Look, don't judge me because I have bought things on Amazon. No, I bought it from Amazon. It was Amazon.
How much?
It says I bought it for $14.48, so it had to have been here where it was $13.50.
Look, one thing for two.
Yep, that tracks.
One thing for true, two things for certain. I don't judge people for shopping on Amazon because I'm out here buying it because where the fuck am I gonna go?
And I bet you this showed up on Deku.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I bet you it showed up on Deku. I saw it for like $13. I was like, excuse me, damn these burps. What the fuck am I doing? I need to go grab this. So again, like,
but my brother in Christ, I need you to go ahead and get up out of here because your whole address was out there.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah.
Jesus, man.
This VOD will be deleted, and I will fix that in post.
Yep, there you go. Because I'm like, oh, I know that ain't what I think.
It definitely was what you thought it was.
I'm like,
and for last bit of news for the deals, Valve has revealed all of the Steam event schedule for 2026. Prepare your wallets. Of course,
I need y'all to go ahead and party hard for me.
Yeah, I've already prepared myself for February because at least I know that Next Fest is not on my birthday and it's not on JoJo's birthday, so I'm like, yeah.
It is after mine.
Yeah.
Right after Horse Fest.
Horse. Now, Horse Fest. Yeah, Horse Fest is on my birthday. I'm sorry. It's on me and Sin's birthday.
Oh, it's mine too.
That's right. We all on the 19th?
I'm on the 22nd.
Oh, you're on the 22nd. Sin, you're on the 19th.
Hey.
Yeah. I was like, hello.
So yeah, definitely check out what's going on. All the deals you could like just imagine all the deals you could possibly get this year.
Now, spring, March, that might be a slobber knocker because if I what would probably slow me down is if I got 7, but I don't think I'm gonna get 7 because like I say, I've kind of made that, I've kind of like what I mentioned last week. I made that I said I was gonna get 0 after I finished 2, so that'll probably be where 0 is. And then probably get 7 sometime during the summer. So yeah.
And that's all we got.
Yep.
So now it's that time of the episode where I ask, hey, what y'all got going on? And I believe last week we started with Sin. So I'm gonna start with you, Kev.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, if you came and hang out with me last night, I built this, which is upside down. Bam! I built this, and I had a good time building it. This is the WMS.03 Mawanat core unit, the Middle East mass produced. Basically, I've been watching Wing lately. I'm nearing the end of my Wing hate watch, so I wanted to build like my Mawanox. I love this suit. I also got it built right here, and here it is. And I love it so. I put my birth year on it, so 84 here. And yeah, I love it. I love it so much. I'm committing myself to building at least maybe another one, so that way I can have 2 with the Sandrock that I'm also going to be building. And so I'm committing myself to build like at least one model kit per month. So this was this month's kit, and then probably sometime I'll be building the Leo, because the Mawanox got to fire on something, so might as well be a Leo. So I've been doing yeah. I have been dealing with issues with my health, because I went to the doctor today, and I was told that, hey, you got gout, and I'm like, how the fuck did I get gout? And
you are a black man in America?
I'm a black man in America, so that's how I got it. So yeah, I have been dealing. But I'm okay. We're on a good regimen, and I'm making. I've got to figure out what fermented foods are, and kind of stay away from those, which I didn't know I was eating. Also I have an appointment to finally next week to get my throat looked at from a specialist, which of course, because it is Southeast Georgia, I have to go an hour out of town to go to that place and spend money that I don't have. But hopefully that I'll be back hopefully that we'll finally figure out what is wrong with my throat, and I can actually get back to a good treatment plan and get back to being a bit of my normal self. I kind of feel like I've been kind of like on the shelf for the past couple of weeks. Still making content, still streaming, still making content, but not really feeling like myself these past few weeks, and it's kind of been impacting my joy a little bit. And so I've been kind of like working on getting myself right in a better way. Hopefully this will not impact my Streamiversary that is coming up, I believe, the week after next, because I do want to do the 12-hour. I do want to do a 12-hour, and I don't want to like sandwich it into February, because I don't want that to get caught up in the February festivities that are also coming down the pike. What else? It has been rumored that it will snow sometime next week in Georgia. So if we don't want a repeat of the snows of old, please be careful because yeah. What else? And yeah, I'm probably gonna get back up on my writing tip again because I actually do miss that. A lot of things that I've been wanting to talk about and kind of weigh in on. Start maybe the year that I might start my first op-ed piece that I've been like, dabbling with because I have some things that I need to say and things. Thank you, Perpetual. Appreciate you. But yeah, I am okay. I'm just like, I'm okay. I'm not, ready to shirk this mortal coil yet. But I'm just like not my happy-go-lucky, cheery self that I usually be. And I'm actually, I'm actually okay. And I'm like working through some things. And yeah, mom's for all. Your mom, y'all's mom are okay. Is okay. And we have broke the yoke of the Lone Ranger, so now she's watching like the old episodes of Wagon Train, and so so yeah, which is good because if I could just if I hear Hio Silver one more time,
away.
So oh man, anyway, so she's just watching other westerns now, so and yeah, I think that's about it.
Sin. What you
That's
got?
me. As usual, I will be on the D&D Jordan Lee channel doing tabletop gaming things, unless the Lord says otherwise. However, aside from that, we will be chilling and doing errands this week or this weekend. Yeah, basically. I might step outside the house if the weather holds up, although it's looking like rain on Saturday, so might have to save that one for Sunday, and then we'll see how this goes. Tomorrow is going to be just a lot of running errands and filling out paperwork, and I might glance at a bill and be like, maybe.
Stop.
Is there in fact a risk of rain? Two of them, actually. One of them in real life, one of them on a planet known as Petrichor 5. So Noob is referencing the fact that I have found myself very much enjoying the process of fighting bosses and unlocking things in Risk of Rain too much to the detriment of my general sleep schedule. So we got that going on.
That's and
that's what's going on. Also, my stately old lady has stepped out into the room to remind me that at some point I should soon be in bed. I am regretfully going to have to inform her that'll take a while for reasons. So, that's what we got.
Her making her way.
Yep.
Like she'll just come over here and it's around the same time, sometime between 11 and 11:30. She'll just come over here and give me like a little, hey, just so you know, and then walk back and just go about her business. It's great.
Like, I don't care if you move. Like, yo, bedtime is bedtime.
Mm-hmm. No matter where we are. Bedtime is bedtime. Mm-hmm.
And, okay, let's just go ahead and gush about my cat, because everybody who has a cat gushes about their cat because their cat is the cutest, obviously. So she only does this because the moment I get in bed and get comfortable, she jumps in the bed right next to me and curls up and doesn't move until the morning. Like, that is her whole thing. She likes sleeping next to me. So she is just like, I'm tired. I need you to go to bed because I can't sleep until you go to bed. It's very cute. It is very, very cute. And then, of course, we're going to be back here next Thursday, assuming that things all hold up and that nothing has happened or we haven't had to find ourselves out on the streets doing the stuff.
Yeah, luckily I keep that at bay, but there are sometimes it's just the levees break and it's all right, I'll be out there.
What about you, Major? What you doing this weekend? You flying drones? You got the range?
Oh
you
my
outside?
God. Drones. Well, last weekend I was flying a drone, or I was trying to teach my son to fly a drone, and we ended up losing it on top of my neighbor's house. We were able to get it down the next day. Shout out to my dad who came all the way out for like 15 minutes worth of work. But no flying drones this weekend. Be out doing some outreach, getting ready for a quote unquote general strike, or like a walkout strike happening on Tuesday, January 20th, to protest 1 year of Trump's presidency and the ICE raids. So I'll be out doing that on Tuesday. However, on Wednesday, Monday, or actually Tuesday, this past Tuesday, I found out that I have off on Monday. Who knew? So I'm going to enjoy my time off and get my hair did. So finally, haircut, all that, hair wash. It's going to be a time. It's going to be a time. It's going to be great. Let's see. And outside of that, not much. Yeah, just outreach. Got a meeting Sunday, and then the protest where I'll be out in these streets. Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, outside of that, more Ghost of Tsushima, some Pokemon, the Animal Crossing 3.0 update dropped. So probably looking at that a little bit. Especially now that the Switch 2 update for Animal Crossing also dropped today. So I paid my little $5 admission to get in there, and it looks all right. I do want to look at it on the screen because that's how I looked at it yesterday when I played the Switch 1 version of my Switch 2. It was like, yeah, this does look bad. So yeah. Let's see what new graphics look like on the screen. But yeah, I think that's it. That's all I got. I'm trying to remember out there.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. But outside of that, hey, thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for January 15, 2026. Of course, if you're watching the stream live and you would like to see what we've been up to in the past, TechTalkThursdays.net is where you can go to see, to listen to all of our past shows. Majors.house/TTTvid is where you can go to see the YouTube links, or the YouTube playlist with all of the video shows and our Thurs plays. Of course, if you're listening to all of those archives and you would like to watch us live, twitch.tv/MajorLinux is where you can come Thursdays, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. To watch us live, be a part of the community, be a part of the chat, contribute in real time to this dope show. Majors.house/Discord is where you can join, where we talk about this week's tech news. Some very, very left-leaning politics, and some funny shit, or some dumb shit I'm up to, because it's fun. We like doing shit. I think that's it. That's about it. That's all the place you can find me. Of course, do appreciate. Thank you again, everybody, for coming out. And as always, you could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech and gaming news yourself, but you said no. No, thank you. Because if we listen to one more CEO tell us what we have to do, what we have to think.
If we listen to one more CEO spend time justifying nonsense that they know ain't nobody said,
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Something. Major's gonna lose something. I'm gonna help somebody find it. That's where I'm at right now. I'm about to help you find it. I'm gonna hold your hand and we're gonna look together. No, don't worry about why I have a brick. Don't worry about why I have a brick in my pocket. We're gonna look together. We're gonna find it.
It's a Stanley. You lost your mind because I'll help you find it.
I'll help you find it.
Again, thank you all so much. Really do appreciate it. Of course, all I have left to say to you wonderful people is no one is going to save us but ourselves. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And of course, I love you. Peace.
Wakanda forever.